Hi there, my crafty friends. It is Ashley Pfeiffer, the maker behind Stamped AF. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Canada. And each week I feature a product of the week. And if you order that product of the week with me by end of day that Sunday, I give you a special gift. And you'll always know what that gift is. I always post it on Facebook and Instagram. And starting this week, I will have a blog post with a video on the Monday introducing what it is. So this week, and it's Sunday, June 23rd. So between Monday, June 24th and Sunday, June 30th, if you order the Pigment Sprinkles with me, which are our new watercolor crystals, you will get a container of embossing powder of your choice. So we are going to be using the Shimmer White embossing powder today for this card. So you can get that, you can get the black shimmer embossing powder, you can get any of the embossing powders that we carry. So let's make this card and get our craft on. My daughter did a special little note here, I love you, with a smiley face in glue, and of course I've put my card in it, so boo. Anyways, let's make this card. I am starting with just a scrap of watercolor paper. This is the old watercolor paper. This is not the new fluid one. And it is just large enough to fit this die from Band Together. So that is this bundle. They're beautiful. The dies are called the Detail Band dies. So we're using the largest one here. And I am going to try and replicate this, but I will tell you that with pigment crystals, watercolor crystals, it is really hard to get the same look more than once. So let's give this a shot. And we're gonna color our little fairy, and that is from the New Wonders stamp set, which is so stinking cute. Now I went ahead and I stamped and cut out a bunch of them using my Brother Scan and Cut. If you would like to see a tutorial on that, just leave me a comment. I'm just gonna grab some paper towel. So Pigment Sprinkles spread everywhere. So you definitely want to protect your work surface. Just having grid paper alone isn't quite enough. So I use the half sheets, and I've got 3 here. I'm gonna move our little fairy out of the way. We'll get just our watercolor paper. We'll move everything else out of the way, including that die. Now we are going to use the colors in here, I should mention. Daffodil Delight, Gorgeous Grape, and they all say them on the front of the bottle. Granny Apple Green. To be honest, I don't even know how I got that look, so we're gonna try to do it again. Mango Melody, Melon Mambo, Daffodil Delight, Granny Apple Green, Bermuda Bay, and Gorgeous Grape. Now, you need a spritzer filled with water, and we are going to start with our paper all wet. See, you can see there were crystals left over. Now, I love that they've got this little lid and these holes, but 3 holes release way too much powder. So I've just taped 2.5 of them with washi tape. And then you're just gonna spread your sprinkles out. And then I'm pretty sure it's Bermuda Bay. I could be wrong. We may end up with a completely different background this time. And that's kind of the point. You're never gonna get the same thing twice. And that is okay. Now we'll give this another spritz. And it really starts to spread. Okay, so there we've got a very intergalactic or galactic background. We're going to take another piece of paper towel and just sop up all of this that's pooling here. And now for the magic. So this part is completely optional. You do not have to do this part, but if we're trying to replicate the background that I did, we have to do this. So I'm just gonna close all my lids. You can see how little powder that was. Now we are going to take another spritzer, and this time I've got Frost White Shimmer Paint with 70% rubbing alcohol. You fill the spritzer with alcohol to about where that white piece is, 3/4 of the way, 2/3 of the way, and then put a few drops of the shimmer paint. And now, because this is rubbing alcohol, watch the magic. So it gives it this neat effect, and it helps the pigment crystals dry right away. Now we're still pooling, so I'm going to just let that soak up. And I'm just going to hit this with my heat tool so that we can keep going. Now if you find that you're not getting quite the coverage that you want, you can hit it again and let it move around. We've had a bit of a blank space there. I'll hit this part because we want to activate those crystals. So all you have to do to activate these, add some water. Dry that again. I hit this one more time with my spritzer. And this time I'm going to cover the whole thing, and this will mute it because it's removing some crystals. Look at that. Gorgeous. So look at all the color that came off. It seems like a waste, but okay, now let's get rid of some of this mess. We will die cut this. You will get messy, I promise you. Even if you're trying to be super careful, you will get it on your hands. Bring the big shot in here. Grab our die, and you want to place it. You can get an idea of what it's going to look like, so just place it where you want it to be. You can use your magnetic platform, you can use some washi tape. I'm just going to kind of lock it down. And just adjust it with my finger. There we go. And you want to take it through and then back again. Oh. Boy, oh boy. Let's take it through one more time. And you can hang on to that and use it for something else. I will warn you that these two little tendrils up here tend to hold on. So try poking them out right in there because they do not want to let it go. There we go. See, so you could use that little bit for another project. And then just go through and pop them all out. Doesn't that look like a cute little fish? That over. And now for our fairy. So I think we might use a different color this time. we'll see. I'll go grab some mats and we'll do that. I'm going to use So Saffron for the moon. And I think let's bring in some Granny Apple Green because we've got that there. And some Highland Heather. So we're going to do her wings or her wing in Granny Apple Green. When you're coloring with blends, you always want to work quickly because if you color the dark and then wait too long, you're going to have to go in and color again to be able to blend it. So I'm going to start with my dark over here and down here. And then with the brush tip, just going to quickly color the moon. If you want it a bit more dramatic, you can keep going over it. Her dress is going to be Highland Heather. Some ivory for her little hand and her face. Whoops. I'll fix that after. Just go around her hairline to give it a bit more depth. We will use light Calypso Coral for her cheeks. And if you go over that one more time, it will help to blend those cheeks. And we are going to color her hair with Cajun Craze. So I like to go, whoops, stuck. I like to go where it's the darkest and add that in. And then with the brush, just go in again. We're going to color this right to the whites because I do not want to be cutting those little bits out. There we go. There's just one little spot around her hair that I missed. I use a white gel pen to just go in and fix any coloring errors on her eyes. And then using a little bit of Wink of Stella. She's a fairy, so everything's magical and glittery, right? So I color the wings and I put little bits in her hair, on her dress. And on her face. Okie dokie. Now let's bring in card matte. Now, when I cut this out with the Brother Scan and Cut, I could have gone right to the edge and I didn't, and I'm kind of kicking myself for that. But I am going to do that now because I don't want that outline around the moon. So that is why I colored everything around her hair, because I don't want to be going in there to do that part. And would anyone really notice that that's not supposed to be there? Okay, so there we go. It's a card base. Now when I did this originally, I put it upside down. I'm going to trim this a little bit, but I've schmucked it there. So I'm going to trim this down to 5 1/4 by 4. And that is a standard mat size. Some crystals on that one. I think we're gonna do it right way up this time because I did that. Just add some glue. And I should mention that before you move on to your next project, you should go and wash your hands. Actually, before you get to this step, you should go wash your hands because I am getting little bits, excuse me, here and there. Okay, so we'll let that sit for a minute. Fold that. Okay, now before we attach this, it is crucial that we do our heat embossing first. So we're going to do it in white. We are going to use, from the New Wonders stamp set, we are going to use Celebrate. And remember, always shake this up. There is some gray looking powder in there. You don't want to get all of that. Beautiful. Just turn my heat tool on. You definitely want to do this part before you adhere it to your card. It might be a little hard to tell, but I decided after I had adhered this one to emboss it, and there's a bit of warping that happens when you do that. So try and avoid that. Now, that doesn't go quite to the edge. I guess it's 5 inches wide. You know what? We're just gonna go with it. So I like to just add some glue on here. Hold it down for a moment. There we go, and we're gonna pop our little fairy up on a dimensional or two. Or 3. and just ensure that her hair isn't covering the Celebrate. How cute is that? So two very different looks. Took my focus lock off there. So this was my sample. And here's the one we just made. So you can see that bit of sparkle in, well, you can see all that wink of Stella on her, and then that bit of sparkle in the white embossing powder. So if you live in Canada and you would like to order the Pigment Sprinkles with me by next Sunday, end of day next Sunday, June 30th, I will throw in a container of embossing powder in the color of your choice. So do. I don't believe it's in this part. Back here. So if you order it with me by end of day next Sunday, June 30th, I will throw in a container of embossing powder. So all you have to do is send me your order or place it online using my current host code. That is always on my website. And you just let me know if you want black, clear, copper, gold, shimmer black, shimmer white, silver, or white. And they are on page 181 of the catalog. So just let me know and I would be happy to get that off to you. And as my product of the week, I will be featuring a Facebook Live on Wednesday and another video on Friday showing you some awesome little designs that I've come up with. So I thank you for watching, my crafty friends. So if you would like to shop with me, all the products are linked below. You can click on any of those to shop with me. And if you just want to get everything, then consider purchasing the starter kit. You build it from start to finish. There is nothing that needs to be in your starter kit. You choose it all. You pay $135 plus tax and you choose $165 in product. It's a win-win. There's no pressure to ever sell. You don't have to be a demonstrator. You can use it strictly for your own discount. So if you have any questions, just send me a message. And we'll see you soon, my crafty friends. Bye.